So this is it, Grey Mare's Waterfall. I've had an absolutely fantastic time exploring some of my favourite places in the Scottish Highlands and finding some new ones too, and showing my daughter Ruth. So we visited the Devil's Pulpit, we went up the side of Loch Lomond and paused at Luss, and we've been to Kinlochleven. And now we're heading back through Glen Coe, which is stunning. This is just a really short trip. I didn't have much time, but also at the time of filming in April 2024, I was struggling with angina pain, and so I just couldn't manage much more than a short walk, unfortunately. I really want to come back and explore more of the Highlands running. And so we begin today's adventure on the banks of Loch Leven at Kinlochleven, and then we're going to head up to Glen Coe and then on to the A82 and head through the pass. Who wants to drive up to Glen Coe and up along the A82 through all the mountains? Me. Do you want to come and join me? Let's go. And this is Kinlochleven in Loch Arbour on the eastern edge of Loch Leven. It's a great place to break your journey if you're exploring the Scottish Highlands, and there are lots of great routes out of here, including of course the West Highland Way. It's a funny place in that we're out in the middle of nowhere in the Scottish Highlands and there's suddenly all these houses. The reason being, back in 1905 they built a dam and then a hydroelectric plant, and then they used the electricity from that for an aluminium smelter, which closed in 2000. I believe it was a bit of an ecological disaster actually, in that the fumes from the process killed all the vegetation downwind of it, but clearly it provided lots of jobs and created this community here. North of here is the Mamors Ridge, but we're heading south down to Glen Coe, where we take a left onto the A82. Next time I come, I'll run and take the path out of Kinlochleven on the other side, up onto the ridge to our left. It goes over the top and down to the old military road beside the A82 at Glen Coe. And so we've reached Glen Coe, which sits at sea level beside the loch. The locals refer to it as the Place of Cairns. It's a very pretty place, and there are lots of good walks here. Park at the forestry car park and take the forestry Lacam path. It was created by Lord Strathcona for his Canadian wife, who was a North American Indian, and she missed the Rockies, and he built it specially for her, and it's particularly pretty. Of course, Glen Coe is well known as the site of the 1692 massacre, when King William III's forces killed 38 Clan MacDonald members following the Glorious Revolution. Anyway, let's carry on, taking a left on the A82. £4 to park at Glen Coe Visitor Centre. I guess it's worth it if you want the facilities, but you could be here all day, I suppose, and go up one of the hills. I'll have a quick look round just to show you what's here. Yes, there was a path heading straight up into the hills, and there was a little museum telling you a little bit more about the history of the area, and a cafe, and of course a great place to enjoy the view, and a gift shop to get whatever it is people might want as a keepsake. If you take a left here, you'll end up at the inn, which is a great place to finish your day of exploring the hills. It's always filled with adventure-y type people, and there's a great energy to the place. Anyway, up ahead, there's a little lay-by we're going to pull in, along with the coach loads of people who clamber up the bank to get a great view of the Three Sisters. My advice today, take it slow, stop regularly, and just enjoy the view. And get away from the road, get up the bank, because then you really get a feeling for the scale of the place. Time for a brew, so we're going to head up the path a bit, up that way, sit down, enjoy the view, get the gas stove out, have a brew. See, they've made the wrong choice. They bought the 6.4 metre van. More room inside.
Foolish.
But Box Star, though, it's a nice one. There's Pat. But they do that in a small, shorter one. It's not that I've researched every single camper van available. No. If you're interested in camper vans, there's no need to go to the NEC. Just park up here. after an hour or two you'll have pretty much seen every available model. Great path here. I would love to come back here and just keep going, keep running all the way to Oban. Perhaps do a one-way route, get off the train in the middle of nowhere at Carroll Station and then just go all the way through to Oban and then head back. So yeah, only a short way up the hill though today. As I climbed, my chest started to tighten. I really was suffering a bit at the time. Great view though, and well worth getting away from the road. What do you think? Not particularly out of breath, but I do have some tightness in my chest, so it's not wise to do too much more. But this is the way to, if you want to see it, you have to really get out of the car and walk up a hill, because then you can really experience it. Right, stove. Anywhere we can find a spot. Cheers. Frothy. If I struggled to turn around there, other people would have found it impossible. And we paused once again before heading down onto Rannoch Moor. The mountains, I don't know if it really comes across in the video just how spectacular it is. You'll just have to come and see it for yourself, I think. We paused again one last time. Wow, what a view. We'll play out as we head down towards Loch Lomond. I hope you've really enjoyed this. I certainly did. If you've not been before, I hope it's inspired you to pay a visit. And for the rest of you, I hope it's brought back fond memories. Take care, folks. See you all next time.